Did I do that nationalism in just show me? I don't remember. Growth of nationalism also I didn't do. हाँ सर फ्री हो गए. हाँ मैं आ रहा हूँ. So growth of nationalism I have done. Just check. So first phase of INC. So put that heading. Write only that introduction from the world. I'm just coming into this. Okay, 2 chapters, na? Introduction. Everyone knows INC. You also remember? So if you remember INC, we have 3 phases in fact. First phase, you have a textbook with you? You didn't bring. Then we have second phase. Then the third phase. Now, if I want to say the first phase was more of this moderates. You understand what is moderates? What is moderates? Second phase generally of the assertive nationalist. And third phase, it's mostly Gandhian era. Okay? It is Gandhian era. Why late? I woke up late. He is a sweet chap. I can allow him. Sweet चलिए साइन कीजिए फट से. Hey, in your school, what is really which chapters in SST subject?
Civics, same that prime minister, and in geography climate.
So UT portions are far ahead.
Sir, in my school from 11th June, first assessment is starting.
1st of June, July.
11th.
Oh, 11th July. And did we complete the portion for that?
In the portion from history's first war of independence, factors leading to growth of nationalism, first phase of Indian national movement, second phase of Indian national movement, and Muslim League.
Okay, third phase nahi hai. So we have just started the first phase now, today. Put the heading. Have you got a textbook today? History textbook? नहीं लाता, लोग को लाया रहता.
We don't have morning study host.
हाँ ठीक है ना. You give it to me. हाँ. Give the book to me.
Ask him which chapters
In history, did we complete the first chapter? Second chapter? Growth of nationalism. Yes, correct. 2 chapters in history and 2 chapters in civics. So now we are going with the third chapter of history.
This Union Parliament is not available.
But I had explained that, na? Thank you. But I had explained that. Put the heading. What are you looking at the beauty of the board? My boy. Now many portions are deleted, I heard, and children are very happy in history. So you write down like this: 1885 to 1907. Okay, and it is 1905 because they'll pull 2 years behind. Right. To 1916. To 1916. And then the third phase is from 1916 to 1947. So that is Gandhian era. So in between Muslim League comes and then only the third phase starts. Correct, Anna? Actually, your school has started 1915 to 1947. So this is 1915. Camera क्यों नहीं चल रहा? Sandeep. इसमें भी फ्रंट कैमरा नहीं चल रहा. देखना देख. फ्रंट कैमरा
अभी नहीं हो जाएगा सर.
चल रहा है.
पूरा किया है.
क्यों नहीं कर सकते?
कैमरा में कर सकते.
यही ना. तो ठीक है, पहले इस तरह से चलेंगे. So now if you want to explain all the 3 phases one by one, we say IMC is nothing but a body which was formed by Alan Octavian Hume in the year 1885. Many times he was a retired British fellow, but he was retired from a place called Manipur, the present Manipur. He was a governor, mayor there in fact. Now then I say that entire IMC has to be studied in 3 different phases. You understand phases? Period, era. If I want to tell you very simple, the first phase started from 1885. 1885, we know. And it went up till which year? 1907. I call this period as a period of moderates. What is moderates? So simple to tell you, these are those people who believe in what? Who believed in writing petitions. Their demands were generally friendly demands. They were not strongly agitating. You understand agitating? They just requested to bring some changes. And then they also speak about what? Those demands which will at least only throw light on the Indians that we are here. So although many people say that period of moderate is not so important enough, but then it is these people who have laid the foundation of which struggle? The freedom struggle. Initially members were close to 100 only, not even 185. The first session was in Bombay, you remember? And who was the person? WC Banerjee. Then what these people might have done, they might have sat around, they might have discussed it, they might have drafted a petition. What is petition? A complaint. Or it might be a set of proposal. You understand proposal? Humko ye chahiye. Demands. Demands from whom? From the British. Did they put it very strongly? In fact, some people also said that we are loyal to you. You understand what is loyal? हम आपसे दुश्मनी नहीं कर रहे. We are just only bringing these. But then, do you think the Britishers might have taken these people very seriously? Then you remember why INC was formed, I told. It was more like that pressure cooker. What was building in the minds of the youth Indians? The steam. No, it is the pressure. The hate against whom? Against the British. But then, what happened? It was Alan Octavian who formed this. And now people are at least happy that we are writing petitions. We are writing letters. Don't you think that will release some pressures? Yes. So we always believe only one thing. What is that? However, the moderates were friendly with the British. However, the moderates did not put their demands strongly. But then they laid the foundation of a strong organization which is called as Indian National Congress. We will be studying their phases and we will be studying 3 personalities, out of which 2 are expected to come in your exam. Now let us move away from this first phase that is called as moderates to the second phase where we call it as assertives. I can say Bal Gangadhar Tilak. What was his famous statement? Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it at any cost. What does it mean? What does it mean? That he is very much strict and very much a big revolutionary. In fact, the 3 people together, we call them as Lal, Bal and Pal. Lala Lajpat Rai, we will be studying. Bipin Chandra Pal, again we will be studying. And who's the last person? Bal Gangadhar Tilak. उनके बारे में तो बोला. He not only started a newspaper called Kesari, he also started the festivals called the Ganesh Utsav and also Shivaji festival. What was that Ganesh festival? You know, nowadays we celebrate just to unite the Indians, and behind the statue they will be discussing how to dismantle the which government? The British government. Can the British police come and ask, what are you doing? They said, we are only planning for the puja and other things. Look how smart was Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So if you want to stand away the moderates with that of the assertives, it's very simple to tell. They were very much strict. They are very much revolutionary. And they followed which method? Violent methods. They wanted to overthrow the British government at the minimum possible time. Do you think moderates were of the view? They said, no, we will write petitions, we'll complain, we will keep quiet, again we'll write a petition. But these people, no. If you do not pay to our demands, or you do not listen to our demands, then we will take which actions? Quick action. You understand what is quick actions? We might hit you. We might carry a revolutionary attack, or we might kill your officers as well. In fact, the entire British regime used to shake or tremble with fear, listening to whom? These three leaders called Lal, Bal and Pal. So Lal is Lala Lajpat Rai, Pal is Bipin Chandra Pal, and Bal is Bal Gangadhar Tilak. When we move away from the second phase to the third phase, then we say it is Gandhian era. Now, what is that word Gandhian era refers? This is the time Mahatma Gandhi returns from South Africa to India. Now, the entire freedom struggle is in the name of him. There are two satyagrahas. One is Kheda district, another is Bardoli, where the plantation workers, you understand plantation? Rubber, some workers, they were not given payment. So Gandhiji for the first time introduced satyagraha. What is satyagraha? Keeping hunger strike, following non-violence. And maybe after a few days, the government of British accepted to the demands of the plantation workers. So here comes a new era which we called on the name of whom? Mahatma Gandhi. Out of the three phases, this phase considered to be the most important. Why? Because it is Gandhian era which leads us to what? Leads us to the independence. What difference is this phase as compared to the other two phases? Gandhiji made the entire freedom movement as a which movement? As a mass movement. You understand the word mass movement? People from every sections, every community, every family either participated or were indirectly discussing, debating. The other two movements did not make the movement as which movement? What does mass means? Every people started understanding the value of their contribution towards the which struggle? Gandhi was one leader who was not only popular within India, he was popular even in London, even in Britain. Forget about London or Britain, people from all over the world understood who is this tiny little man. In fact, they say whenever he used to keep hunger strike in India, Parliament in London will be. And what they used to say, please make this old man eat something. If he dies with the hunger strike, people in India will burn the British Parliament into fire. I don't understand what I'm saying. Although he didn't carry any weapons, although he never attacked any British regime officer, he followed one simple policy. What is that? Ahimsa, non-violence, satyagraha. He was of the view if the enemy hits on you one cheek, what is the other one? Show the other cheek. Abhi to hum nahi karega, definitely for sure. So indirectly he said, you kill one British officer, Parliament from London will send you one more. And he indirectly said, you are only cutting the branches of a tree. You understand branches? Branches bahut hai na? If you want to hit the British, pluck them from the which root? Grass root. Pura पेड़ को गिराओ. आप अगर branches को काटते रहेंगे, what will happen? One or the other officer will keep coming. But don't you think that Gandhi had the right approach? But many people did not like the approach. Especially which group might be? The assertive group, the revolutionary group. But we can't say only one era or two era. All the people together only march for the independence. But Gandhi made it a difference. Either you name Khilafat movement, which will be Muslim League when we say. Either you name non-cooperation movement, correct? Or you name civil disobedience movement. Jisme Dandi March aata hai. You understand Dandi March? Yes. All the credit goes to one small little man called Mahatma Gandhi. Based on his name, there were many other people in foreign countries. They call themselves maybe Gandhi. There was a fellow called Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. In fact, he is there with our Indian freedom struggle also. He was from Afghanistan origin. He called himself to be a frontier Gandhi. वो border में रहता था. Then our own Nelson Mandela. You remember Nelson Mandela? जिनके नाम पर English में chapters भी है. Nelson Mandela, the first non-white president of South Africa. He was called as African Gandhi. So the name Gandhi was one which made the British to sweat. Sweat for what? This man, what is he going to launch? If I move away from civil disobedience movement, the most powerful movement launched by him was what? A Quit India movement. You know what is Quit India? Leave India. And the slogans what he raised, Karo ya Maro. तो क्या होता है? Do or die. The more we talk about the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi, the more we understand the simplicity of such a person. He himself was of the view that politics has to be moving away once the country becomes independent. His own Swadeshi program of making khadi. You understand khadi? Always used to make cloth. What was that instrument which he used to? Charka. Even today you go to Sabarmati Ashram where that charka is still there used by that. No doubt few months before the British Prime Minister came from London, he was found using that charka. And in fact, he was very proudly rotating it. So we can remember at least Bapu ka Atma Aaj Shanti. Kyun Shanti? British Prime Minister bhi khadi. Although he was not making full, but at least he was doing it. So no doubt all the three phases has its own importance. Is it okay? The first phase is called as, come on, period of moderates. Second phase is called as assertive nationalists. And third phase is called Gandhian era. Why? Gandhi after returning from South Africa almost takes over the freedom struggle. Until the independence, it is Gandhi. Is it okay? So put the heading in your notebook, first phase. Well, let us write some introduction. Then we'll move ahead of the chapter. So we have causes of partition. हुआ है ना आपको? Partition of Bengal है? ओए. बंगाली है, उसके बाद कुछ भी नहीं है ना? Directly फिर जाने का leaders of assertive nationalism. ठीक है. You write partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal है? Pick up. A partition of Bengal is there, man. Don't tell me that is also not.
Achievement of assertive
Directly. वो सब तो नहीं. Partition of Bengal है कि नहीं?
Yes.
I am asking one is giving me another. So let us understand what is this partition of Bengal. It's so simple to tell you, it was Lord Curzon who partitioned the province of Bengal. What does this partition means according to you? The Bengal during this period, 1905, was very big. Don't write anything, only partition likhna, I will give you notes. It included, in fact, 3 states: Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. One, it was very rich, provinces, money, taxes, money. Second, it was huge. Lord Curzon was the Viceroy, the Governor General, understood during this time the Hindu-Muslim unity. Can I use the word Hindu-Muslim unity? Yes, was growing stronger and stronger day by day. Now then, he understood if this unity grows very much strong, might it lead to one more revolt like that of a revolt of 1857. He was in a situation of tension. What is it? Now then he can't tell to the people कि हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी ज्यादा है, मैं इसको दो भाग में भाग रहा हूँ. Will the people accept? Then he started thinking some administrative or diplomatic points are. So he said it was administrative inconvenience. How do I explain the word administrative inconvenience? You guys, कैसे explain करेगा? Lord Curzon said the province has become so huge, so large. To rule it effectively, it is becoming impossible. I want to give it some good success to this program, but then province is huge. One, we are unable to collect the taxes. Two, we are unable to give you some welfare programs. So he divided the Bengal into what? East and West. And based on what? Based on Hindu and Muslim majority. So it was a deliberate attempt to break the Hindu-Muslim unity. But the leaders understood the evil plan of whom? Lord Curzon. It was not only in Bengal, but throughout the India, a large-scale uproar, demonstration, hartals, for which the Lord Curzon has brought this partition. In fact, it became opposite. What is opposite? What is opposite? Come on. It added to the strength of the unity of whom? The Hindu and Muslims. Finally, due to what? A nationwide protest. I'm saying a nationwide protest. What is happening? Curzon has to withdraw the partition. So understood what is this entire big chapter, entire big paragraph? So this is what we are saying, partition of Bengal in which year? In 1905 by who? Lord Curzon. So copy down as it is. फिर मैं आपको notes भी detail में देता हूँ. And put the text right in the front after copying. So on this slide too, no need. It's too bright to bring up some videos for that. is listening to us will understand.
বাঙালির মন বাঙালির ঘটে যত ভালো এক হোক এক হোক এক হোক হে ভগবান
I was doubting that it was in this language.
बात करने लगे पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल 1905
देखिए
तकसीम बंगाल 1905 की तो बंगाल को सबसे पहले देखते हैं तकसीम किया गया बंगाल को इसलिए तकसीम किया गया क्योंकि बंगाल जो है वो बहुत ही बड़ा जो है वो प्रोग्रेस का बहुत बड़ा सूबा था अंग्रेजों के जमाने का ठीक है तो उसके अगर हम बैकग्राउंड देखें तो बंगाल बहुत खुशहाल और बहुत जबरदस्त किस्म का इलाका था इवन पूरे हिंदुस्तान के अंदर अगर सबसे खुशहाल इलाका कहा जाए तो बंगाल का है जब ये मुसलमानों के पास था ऐसे ही है लेकिन जब वॉर ऑफ प्लासी हुई 1757 की ठीक है 1757 के अंदर वॉर ऑफ प्लासी में जब सिराजुद्दौला को शिकस्त हुई तो उसके बाद अंग्रेजों के हाथ आया तो अंग्रेजों ने इसे निचोड़ लिया मेरे पास आया ना अंग्रेजों ने क्या किया इसका इतना ज्यादा इस्तेमाल किया यहाँ के लोगों का वो सारी का सारा जो है वो जो पहले इतना खुशहाल था वो अब जो है वो उसके अपोजिट होना स्टार्ट हो गया कि वहाँ पे काट स्टार्ट हो गया वहाँ पे हालात खराब हो गए तो इतना बड़ा सुबह एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिवली मैनेज करना बहुत मुश्किल हो गया अंग्रेजों से उस टाइम पे उन्होंने क्या किया कि डिसीजन लिया कि बंगाल जो है इसको डिवाइड कर दिया जाए 2 पार्ट्स के अंदर ताकि इंतजामी तौर पे आसानी हो सके ठीक है तो बंगाल को क्या है उस टाइम पे जब 78 मिलियन की तो उसकी पॉपुलेशन थी तो उस टाइम पे से 2 हिस्सों के अंदर तकसीम कर दिया कि मशरकी बंगाल और मगरबी ईस्टर्न बंगाल और वेस्टर्न बंगाल के अंदर अब बंगाल की तकसीम तो होगी कॉजेज क्या थे कॉलेज का बहुत बड़ा जो है वो रकबा था जो कि अंग्रेजों से संभाला नहीं जा रहा था हालांकि वही जो रकबा था इतना ही बड़ा एरिया था मगर मुसलमानों ने से बहुत जबरदस्त करके संभाला था ये हो गया इसके अलावा और क्या कॉजेज थी क्योंकि जो आबादी थी वो बहुत बड़ी थी तो इस वजह से उन्होंने क्या किया थी इसे डिवाइड कर दिया 2 पार्ट्स के अंदर अब डिवाइड तो हो गया उसके बाद अगर हम देखें तो इसका जो रिएक्शन आया वो क्या आया कि मुसलमान जो थे वो बहुत खुश थे ऐसे ही है कि मुसलमान के जो एक हिस्सा बना जैसे मशरकी बंगाल का वहाँ मुसलमानों की आबादी ज्यादा होगी तो जब आबादी ज्यादा है तो उससे पहले हर चीज के ऊपर हिंदू डोमिनेट हो ऐसे ही है ना हर चीज के ऊपर चाहे वो इंडस्ट्री थी चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर था चाहे वो ग्लोबल जॉब्स थी तो उस हर चीज के ऊपर हिंदू था तो जब इंस्टीट्यूशन हो गई तस्दीक हो गई तो मुसलमानों को था बड़ी अच्छी बात है बड़ी अच्छी बात है अरे भाई जब वो जब मेजोरिटी में है तो जाहिर सी बात है सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज उनके लिए है ज्यादा फायदा उन्हें होगा तो इसलिए वो तो खुश थे मगर दूसरी साइड पे जो केन खुश है तो दूसरा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता तो ऐसे जो साइड पे जो हिंदू थे उन्होंने क्या किया जो उन्होंने मूवमेंट स्टार्ट कर दी कोर्ट में उन्होंने सियाह बनाया उनका भी बड़ा दुख हो गया बड़ी ज्यादा ये कैसे हो सकता है ये तो जो है ना डिवाइड एंड रूल की पॉलिसी है ये तो तस्लीम होने की बात है ये हम नहीं मानते तो उन्होंने मुसलमान खुश हुए लेकिन हिंदू जो थे उन्होंने इसके ऊपर जो है वो एक स्वदेशी मूवमेंट स्टार्ट कर दी बहुत ही बड़ा रिएक्शन आया और क्या किया का भाई जो चीजें ब्रिटानिया की है ब्रिटिश राज की है उनका आज से बाइकआउट है उनको कोई ना खरीदेगा ना यूज करेगा उन्हें उठा के बाहर फेंको ठीक हो गया जो लोकल एशिया है जो लोकल चीजें हैं वो उनको यूज किया जाए उससे बड़ा लॉस भी हुआ है और तो कहने का ये है कि जो तस्लीम बंगाल हुई उसका अंग्रेजों को बहुत नुकसान हुआ मगर मुसलमानों को फायदा हुआ तो अंग्रेज नुकसान बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सके इसी वजह से 1911 के अंदर जो दोबारा से कैंसिल कर दिया गया इस पार्टीशन ऑफ बंगाल को यानी मुसलमानों को खुश किया गया उसके बाद उन्हें खफा कर दिया गया ठीक हो गया
He understood at least yeah, because the person is speaking.
that is Calcutta. In 1911, it was shifted to Delhi. Bengali people, Hindi people, Odia people, Assamese people, so many people were there. So they had.
At least now you understood what is the basic concept of. Okay. So always remember that East Bengal, the partition by Curzon was dominated by Muslims. West Bengal dominated by Hindus. But neither the Hindus nor the Muslims liked the partition. But then the reason given by Curzon was what? You have to write administrative inconvenience. And second, he said population was high, unable to control them. But reality was to a certain extent correct. But the basic agenda or hidden motive was to break the Hindu-Muslim unity. Let us write that in here. Lord Curzon, the then Viceroy. Lord Curzon, the then Viceroy. Bracket you can write 1899 to 1905. Come on, you say 18. Even other boy. क्या है? क्या है? He was the Viceroy of India. Who was? Who was he? Who was he? The person who partitioned Bengal. वो Viceroy रहने देना हमको क्या? Second point. He was popular for the most infamous. You understand the word infamous? Famous opposite. He was most popular for the most infamous partition of Bengal in 1905. Partition of Bengal in 1905. Underline the word partition of Bengal. Next point. It was on July 20th. It was on July 20th, 1905. Lord Curzon announced the division. It was 20th July 1905. Lord Curzon announced the partition -1 Bengal, including western districts of Bihar and Odisha. Bengal, including western districts of Bihar and Odisha. Kolkata was its capital. Kolkata was its capital. Kolkata was its capital. East Bengal. Just read this. अगर आपको difficult लग रहा है तो और simple देता हूँ.
Kolkata was its capital. East Bengal.
East Bengal with Muslim domination. With Muslim domination. So underline East Bengal and underline Muslim domination. Second, मतलब इसमें जो भी है Eastern Bengal and Assam. Eastern Bengal and Assam. Dhaka was the capital. ये अभी Dhaka किधर है? Where is Dhaka? Oi, Bangladesh. What was the capital of this East Bengal? कैपिटल क्या था? कोलकाता. अभी ये जो हमारा जो ढाका है ना, ढाका is not belonging to India. It is with whom? Bangladesh, capital of Bangladesh. But that day it was Bengal only. देखो, India was so huge. In fact, some people say India was up till Afghanistan. पाकिस्तान तो वैसे भी अंदर ही था, है ना? तो some people say ईरान आगे भी जाएंगे, but उतना नहीं चाहिए. हमारे पास जो एरिया वही अपन प्रोटेक्ट नहीं कर रहे, है ना? So you remember Dhaka is belonging to today Bangladesh, capital of Bangladesh. But Dhaka as its capital, hyphen West Bengal, dominated by Hindus. Dominated by Hindus. Full stop. Curzon, next point. Lord Curzon gave the reason of, put it into double inverted comma and write that same word, administrative inconvenience. Single inverted comma. Administrative inconvenience. Careful with both the words, huh? Don't make a single spell mistake. Next point. But in reality, he wanted to break the Hindu-Muslim unity which was growing stronger. But in reality, he wanted to break the Hindu-Muslim unity which was growing stronger. Full stop. Next point. The Indian nationalists severely condemned. You understand the meaning of the word condemned? The word is right here. The Indian nationalists severely condemned this act of partition. Severely condemned this act of partition, comma. There was also a nationwide protest. There was also a nationwide protest full stop. The last sentence. Huh? Hey, is the answer becoming too lengthy? I've given it very short and very straight answer. Exam में आएगा तो thank you. देखो क्या बोला उसने? पूछना क्या बोला? Why did I say thanks to Shruti? You asked. Then wait, he'll ask you.
So, explore the objects and new objects.
Good boy. You don't know what was the question too. There was a strong anti-partition movement. Strong anti-partition movement on August 7, 1905. On August 7, 1905 hyphen a massive demonstration in the town hall of Kolkata. ये सूरत स्प्लिट भी कैंसिल कर दिया ना, वो भी नहीं है ना, ना ये भी नहीं है. I heard it. Even सूरत split is not there. नहीं है, ये अभी सर को जाएगा और बोलेगा शायद क्या शायद. It's not there.
It was there. I gave hostel. It was there.
1907. But this has been initiated now only, na?
Now
Even I remember teaching Harappan and other civilization for 9th detail. अभी बोलते कि इतना नहीं है, वो नहीं है, अभी हो गया. I don't know why they are doing like this. No, he is checking it.
ये भी बेचना है सर.
नहीं, partition of Bengal is there.
Partition of Bengal is there. I am not giving all the anti-partition नहीं दे रहा हूँ. अभी तो खत्म ही कर रहा हूँ. Sir, then we'll directly jump into the 3 nationalities. Correct है ना? I was just checking one and he is totally confused. क्या बोलने का? Change the paragraph. Finally, the partition of Bengal was revoked. Okay, what is the meaning of the revoked? Finally, the partition of Bengal was revoked in 1911. मतलब कैंसिल किया in 1911 due to strong agitation. He is a real hardcore fellow. In every Indian city, I can check by looking at the answer and then tell you so that I can start the last part of the same chapter. So happy, huh? Start to our Katham bhi ho. You feel any line that I've given is too lengthy or you are unable to learn anything? No, that is partition. No, they started it and it continued for more than 2 to 2.5 years. And by 1911 only Britishers revoked it. 1905 उसने partition program लेकर आया, he implemented it, he divided it also. Did you not listen that gentleman was saying? On one side people were happy, other side not happy. Here they were, he was trying to create their only. But अभी suddenly आज launch किया तो कल ही delete नहीं होगा ना? Even people might have analyzed कि क्या है ये. They should understand what is the program. And in 1 day or 2 months, the program is not going to be cancelled. So it went for almost 1905 to almost close to how many years? 6.5 years. 6 to 7 years. And finally, the protest was so huge, the Britishers has to revoke. फिर उन्होंने बोला no east, no west, Bengal, all are one. देखो, reality reason was genuine, but the motive behind dividing this is wrong. If he has divided based on the state, it is okay. Not based on the, based on what?
Based on Hindu Muslim.
वो क्या है? Hindu Muslim क्या है? Religion. The division should not be based on religion. If we said where the mixture of Hindu and Muslims are there, let it be on one side, other side we let it be. So people understand that it is very big. That's okay. But आपका जो division का जो base था, that itself was wrong. If I say you are East and West Pakistan and you both I want to separate, but in my absence you both sit and talk. Yeah, allegation. क्यों partition किया मालूम है? You want to break us. आप दोनों मिलके मेरे ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं. And I will also take some time to understand what you guys are doing. But finally, British says revoke. Revoke means cancel the partition. Okay. So put the next heading: assertive nationalism. I will give you the meaning. इसमें वेज नहीं प्रोटेस्ट नहीं है सीधा वेज के बाद सीधा जाएंगे हम लोग 3 people. उन तीनों पीपल का एक शॉर्ट नोट करना चैप्टर खत्म. Which one? Gandhinera is there, but he said his portions are till Muslim League for the coming exam. What will happen? First phase, second phase, Muslim League, then comes the Gandhinera. I just wanted to put in your brain कि 3 phase है. हाँ, but एक छोटा chapter है. In fact, I remember last year they had cancelled even Muslim League also. But this year don't think मुझे मालूम नहीं अभी तक तो कुछ किया नहीं. All of a sudden this ICC board comes up with some new. But some schools have said yes, some schools have said no. But how about your school? You are from which school?
Muslim League people.
He didn't hear my question at all. I said you are from which school?
St. Mary's.
It's a Muslim League school. And I asked that only.
No, sir, you were saying that.
No, I understand. Okay. Let us write below what is assertive nationalism. In the second phase of national movement, emerged in fact we are doing second phase only. First phase communist. A काम करो, small a mistake where you have written the heading first phase, you write it second phase. कोई में देखा ये second phase में ये लोग कैसे Are you understanding my mistake, boy?
Yes, sir.
मतलब मैं गर्मा गर्मी में मैंने सेकंड फेज ही स्टार्ट कर दिया, फर्स्ट फेज का छोड़ दिया. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में हम लोग फर्स्ट फेज पकड़ेंगे. हाँ वही. इवन आई एम आल्सो थिंकिंग सडनली assertive nationalism इधर कैसे घुसा. It's okay. You minded? Don't mind. You minded, Shruti?
Yes.
Who minded? Why? Then how can I correct it?
The first week.
बट अभी हेडिंग तो चेंज कर दिया, तो अभी क्या करेंगे? इसको छोड़ के फर्स्ट फेज में जाऊं? कंफर्म? क्यों? She is minding it, man. Tell the girl, don't mind it. Tell her, don't mind it. क्या don't mind वो तो पूछ. आप श्रुति पूछो उसको क्या don't mind. वो भी नहीं मालूम. सर ने बोलने बोला और मैंने बोला. हाँ बोल. Let me listen. हाँ.
First, we should complete this because we have started.
हाँ. She is asking क्यों?
Because then we will not understand it.
But she wanted the first phase first, na? बोलेगा sir has made a mistake. ठीक है, good boy. At least he's learned to speaking. Okay. In the second phase of national movement, there emerged a new young group of leaders or a younger group of leaders. There emerged younger group of leaders, new and younger group of leaders within the Congress. Stop. Second point, these leaders stood for these, not this. Swaraj you write complete Swaraj, huh? To be achieved by self-reliant methods. By self-reliant methods. 30 is the break or 35 is the break? 30. Okay, I'll break it right now. 35, are you sure?
Yes.
No, 30 is the break and then we start at 35 to 45.
40.